Hi, welcome to NavaFit. This is a short 30-minute flow. It's an all-around flow, level 2. You might need a block or 2 blocks for this practice. If you don't have a block at home, get 2 big books. A dictionary will be perfect. So Michelle is going to be modeling through the sequence for me, and we're going to go ahead and start out in child's pose. So Michelle, take your knees nice and wide apart, point your toes back, and then push your hips down towards your heels, and bring your forehead down onto the floor. So you can stretch your arms forward in front of you, or you can have your arms by your side, just making sure that your shoulders are relaxed and away from the floor here. Take a couple of easy breaths, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Just let your hips settle down towards your heels. Use the softness of your breath to create a sense of spaciousness throughout your entire body. Good. Take a couple more breaths here. And then slowly reach your arms out in front of you. Place the palms flat on the floor. And then rock your body forward and come onto your hands and your knees. That's it. So we'll do a few rounds of cat-cow breathing. So the knees are in line with the hips. The shoulders are in line with the wrists. And as she inhales, she's going to just lower the belly and look up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, curl the spine all the way up towards the ceiling like an angry cat. Hug the belly in. Good. Inhale, belly down, head up. And exhale, curl your spine all the way up towards the ceiling. Tuck the tailbone. Good. And she's just going to move at her own pace here. Inhaling and exhaling. Syncopating the movements of the body with the movements of the breath. Be mindful to keep your hips in line with your knees. So you're really just moving the spine, warming up the spine, opening up the chest and the shoulders. Good. Last one. Exhale it all the way out here. Good. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. And just going to come into heart melting pose. So start to walk your hands forward, Michelle. Keep your hips where they are and lower your heart down towards the mat. So this should stretch the tops of your shoulders, chin forward, and hug the triceps in towards each other. That's it. Breathe there. Continue inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. This might be a little bit challenging on the shoulders. And then on your next inhale, walk your hands back. Good. Threading the needle for the arms. Bring your right hand, palm facing up, underneath your left armpit, and slide the arm all the way over to the left. Drop your right temple to the floor. And you can crawl the left fingertips a little bit forward there, keeping your hips up high. So if you don't need your left hand for balance here, you can lift your left arm up, turn the palm to face back. Good. And then go ahead and find your right thigh. Good. That's it. And then draw that left shoulder back. So you're coming into a bit of a twist there. Take a couple more breaths, and you can have your eyes open or closed here. Good. And then gently place the left hand back down onto the mat. Come back into your tabletop position and switch sides. So reach your left arm, palm facing up, underneath your right armpit. Slide it all the way over to the side. Left temple touches the floor. If you don't need that right hand for balance, you can go ahead and extend it up and back. Good. Gently lower the right hand back down onto the floor and inhale, slowly come up. Good. Walk your knees back, one step on each side. Make sure your hands are shoulder width apart, that your fingers are spread out evenly. Then tuck your toes and come into downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and stretch the legs straight. Good. So first down dog of the day, feel free to walk it out, bending the knees left and right. And you can put a little sway in your hips, shake your head, yes and no. Good. Perfect. And then when you're ready, start to find your down dog. Feet are hip distance apart. Hips are nice and high. Pushing the ground away with your hands and then firming your outer arms in, so the triceps in towards your ears. Take a couple more breaths there. Good. And we're going to come into downward facing dog with a twist. So if you're tight in the back of your legs, you're just going to walk your feet forward one step on each side. So Michelle, show us that. Come forward with your feet. Good. And then grab onto your left leg with your right hand. So reach the right arm through and grab closer towards the ankle. Yeah, so if you're really tight, grab onto the shin bone. If you're a little bit more open in the back of your legs, you might be able to reach the ankle. Push both of your heels down and then look up at the ceiling beyond your left shoulder. Keep on pressing down with those left fingertips. Good. On your next exhale, release the right hand back down and switch sides. So reach for your right leg with the left hand. Push both of your heels down towards the ground and then gaze up at the ceiling beyond your left shoulder. Take one more breath. Good. Exhale, release the left hand down. Good. Walk your hands back towards your feet now. Good. So she's in a nice forward fold. Grab onto opposite elbows. And just allow your head to hang heavy here in ragdoll pose. If you feel any pinching in your low back or in the back of your legs, put a soft bend in the knee here. Your head's like a bowling ball on a string, so let that fall to the ground. And this is a great pose for creating space in your lower back. Take an inhale. On your exhale, drop your fingertips to the ground. Good. Walk your fingers a little bit more forward. Look forward and lengthen your spine. Good. If you can have your legs straight here, great. If that's a challenge, keep a slight bend in your knee. Place your right hand onto your lower back. Take an inhale. And then exhale, start to rotate your chest over towards the right-hand side of the room. So be careful here that you're not leading through the shoulder. You should feel this in your obliques a little bit as you start to rotate your chest towards the right-hand side of the room. If you're comfortable here, you can extend the right arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Spread the fingers and continue to breathe. Good. On your next exhale, release the right hand down to the floor. Same thing on the other side. First, lengthen up and out of the waist. Left hand onto your lower back. And then as you exhale, start to rotate your chest open towards the left-hand side of the room. Take a pause here. Good. Feel the squeeze in the obliques. And then if you're comfortable, go ahead and reach the left arm all the way up towards the ceiling. Good. Take another inhale. Exhale, release the left hand down. Good. Bring both of your hands onto your hips. And inhale, rise to stand with a nice flat back. Good. And then go ahead and walk to the top of your mat. We're going to start with 3 rounds of half sun salutations. So you can have your feet hip distance apart here, or you can have your feet together. And let's go ahead and begin. Inhale, reach your arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward and touch the floor. Good. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. You can take your hands onto your shins here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, coming back up to standing, and exhale, release the hands down, Samastitihi. Good, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And exhale, release your hands. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, release your hands. Good. Full Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, touch the floor. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Good, and then exhale, step back into plank position. Take a pause in plank. Big inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, come down halfway, and then all the way down to the floor. Yeah, point your toes back. Point your toes back, good. And then inhale, come up for baby cobra. Good, shoulders back, chest forward, hug the inner legs in. Good, and then exhale, tuck your toes and come back into downward facing dog. Good. So in down dog, take a pause for 5 big breaths. Make sure the fingers are spread out evenly. Press the tips of your fingers down. Good, and lift your forearms up and away from the mat so you're not sinking into your back. Look forward, take a big inhale. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, release your hands down. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhale, plank pose. Legs are strong, tailbone lengthening towards the back of the room. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows, Chaturanga. All the way down to the floor. Point your toenails back. Inhale, come up for a cobra. Good. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take a pause and breathe. Good. Looking forward, go ahead and step to the top of your mat at the bottom of your exhale. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle the arms up. And exhale, release the hands. One more like this. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, head up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, plank pose. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, Chaturanga, all the way down to the floor. Inhale, come up, little baby cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. So we're going to add on from here now that the body is a little bit more warmed up. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot in between your hands. Rotate your left foot to a 45-degree angle. And when you look down at your feet, heel to arch alignment. Inhale, come up for warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Arms are parallel to the mat, looking over your right fingertips towards the front of the room. Open your right knee in line with your second toe. Draw the right hip and the right buttock back towards your left heel, but counteract that by pressing the left thigh bone back, lengthening your tailbone towards the floor. Nice, active, strong legs. Turn your right palm to face up. Left hand onto the left thigh. Take a reverse warrior. Reach back. That's it. As you come into reverse warrior, continue bending your right knee and breathe. Feel a nice stretch in the right hand side of your body, but keep the legs nice and strong, particularly firming the outer edge of your left foot down into the mat. On your next inhale, come back into warrior 2. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Good. Take an inhale to plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. You can come into cobra or up dog. Up dog, thighs are off the floor, arms are straight, shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the hips. Good. Same thing on the other side. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Step your left foot in between your hands. Come into Virabhadrasana 2. That's it. Looking over your left fingertips towards the front of the room. Now bend your left knee a little bit more. Thigh comes down parallel to the mat. And then open the left knee in line with the second toe. Keep your belly strong here. Navel is pulling in and up as your tailbone lengthens down towards the floor. Continue to breathe nice, easy, deep breaths. And then turn your left palm to face up. Right hand onto right thigh. Reach back into reverse warrior. Good. Feel that stretch in the intercostal muscles. Those are the muscles in between your ribs. But continuously bend that left knee so your legs are still working here. Take an inhale, return to warrior 2. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Come back to downward facing dog. And we'll do another vinyasa. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. That's it. Nice. Exhale, back to down dog. Good. And again, find down dog and take a pause there. Catch up with your breath. Good. Inhale, float the right leg up. Step your right foot in between your hands. Good. Come into warrior 2 once again. Arms parallel to the top of your mat. Bend your right knee. Good. Go ahead and stretch your right leg straight. Coming into triangle pose. Extend your right arm forward as far as you can. Place your right hand onto your shin or onto a block. Lift your left arm up towards the ceiling. Make sure in this pose that you're pinning your right big toe down onto the floor so the weight isn't rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot. Pull that right buttock back towards your left heel. Continually press on the outer edge of your left foot and press the thigh bone back. Now with that strength in your legs, rotate your chest towards the side of the room. That's it. Look up towards your left fingertips. Unless that hurts the neck, then look down at the floor. From here, we're going to transition into a balancing pose, Ardha Chandrasana. So you might need a block for here. Bring your left hand onto your left hip, bend your right knee, and place your hand onto the block or onto the floor in front of you. Step your left foot back forward 1 step. That's it. And then float your left leg all the way up towards the ceiling. That's it. Nice. Flex your left toes. Good. Rotate your foot so that the left toes are facing towards your face and the heel towards the right-hand side of the room. Keep the right hip pushing back towards that left heel. Left foot is strong, pressing into an imaginary wall. Now start to rotate your chest towards the side, opening up your chest here. And if this compromises your balance to look up at the ceiling, look down at the floor. You can keep your left hand onto your hip or, oops. So if you fall out of the pose, which happens all the time, just come straight back into it. That's it. Make sure that your right toes are facing forward. That's it. Very nice. Good. There, I got you. And then go ahead and slowly come out of the pose. Bend your right knee and slowly come out. Back into warrior 2 legs. That's it. Windmill the hands down. Come back into downward facing dog. Perfect. That was good. Let's do another vinyasa. Inhale, come forward into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra or up dog. That's it. Good. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Same thing on the left-hand side. So if you're using your block, you want to place it towards the left corner of your mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Step your left foot in between your hands. Good. Come into warrior 2. Arms are parallel to the mat. Good. Keep a bend in that left knee to begin with. Good. Always just check in warrior 2 that you're not tilting your torso forward. You want to be right in the center of your body, so lifting that left hip bone up. Now go ahead and stretch your left leg straight. Take an inhale. Good. Exhale, extend the left arm forward and then bring the left hand onto the shin or onto the floor or onto the block as you reach the right arm up. Good. Draw that left hip back. Good. And open up through the chest. Belly is nice and firm. Your shoulders are right on top of each other. And again, gaze is up towards the fingertips or down towards the floor. Preparing for Ardha Chandrasana, our balancing pose. Go ahead and bring your right hand onto your hip. Bend your left knee, place your left hand onto the block. And then take an inhale, step your right foot forward and then up. Good. Flex your right toes. Once you've got the balance, start to rotate your chest towards the right-hand side of the room. Good. Keep the back leg strong as it pushes into an imaginary wall. That's it. Continue lengthening the flesh of your buttocks, your left buttock, back towards your right heel. That's it. Good. Find your balance if you fall out of it, looking down at the floor. Good. And then you can reach your left arm all the way up towards the ceiling, unless that compromises your balance. Then you keep your right hand down onto your hip. To come out of the pose, bend that left knee and slowly step the right foot down. Good. That was like a ninja. Arms out to the side. Take a big inhale. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Good. And then inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Good. Go ahead and lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Step your right foot in between your hands. Good. Lower the left knee down onto the ground. Good. That's it. Now from here, you're going to go ahead and bring the left heel towards your left hip. That's it. Bend your left knee. That's it. And then reach back with your right hand. Good. Reach back. Turn the palm. Turn the palm. That's it. Grab it. Good. So as you reach for that left leg, pull the left foot towards you, and at the same time, push the top of the foot into the hand, and you'll really feel that in your quad. If you're comfortable there, you can start to rotate the right shoulder back, opening your chest towards the right inner thigh. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release the hand down onto the floor and come back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Step your left foot in between your hands. Good. Right knee down onto the floor. That's it. And then bend your right knee. Reach back with the left hand. So turn the palm. That's it. So good. Push your hips forward and then push the foot into the hand as much as the hand pulls the foot towards the hips. And then she can start to rotate that left shoulder back. Good. Go ahead and look down at the floor. Lower the left hand back down. Good. And come back into downward facing dog. Good. Bend the right knee and slide it forward to the top of the mat. Good. And same with the left knee. Lower it down. That's it. Good. So you want your knees hip distance apart here. That's about 2 fists in between your knees. Go ahead and tuck your toes under. Good. And stand on your knees with your hands on your hips. That's it. So you want to make sure here that your legs are nice and strong. The ankles aren't collapsing in or out. And then Michelle's going to use her thumbs to lengthen her tailbone down towards the floor. So use your thumbs to just press down. Good. And then from here, go ahead and place your hands onto your ribs and lift your ribs up like you were picking up a kid. Good. From here, take your thumbs into your armpits, lift your armpits up, curl your chest up towards the ceiling. Keep gazing forward, just start to lean back a little bit. Mini little back bend here. Good. Make sure that the tailbone stays nice and long. Press your thigh bones forward, lift the chest up, and then inhale, come back up to center. Good. Take a little pause here, point your toes back and sit down on your heels. Good. We've got 2 more of these. Good. Inhale, come up onto your knees. Tuck your toes. Same process. Lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor. Grab onto your ribs, lift your ribs up. Grab onto your armpits, lift the armpits up, and then start to lean back, coming into Ustrasana, camel pose. That's it. Good. So if you're comfortable going into the full pose, you're going to reach back with one hand at a time to grab onto your ankles. If that's not happening for you today, keep your hands in the armpits. That's it. Good. So she comes into the pose. Hips pull back a little bit. See if you can send the hips forward once again. Heart is like a hot air balloon rising up towards the ceiling. Good. Continue to breathe. Good. And then slowly to come out of the pose, both shoulders lift up at the same time. Good. Point your toes back and sit down on your heels. Take a moment here. So back bends can be really, really intense. Both physically demanding, and they can also be emotionally transcending. So take a moment here, catch your breath. Last one of the day. Go ahead and inhale, come up. Tuck your toes. Good. Lengthen your tailbone. Lift your ribs up. Good. Lift your armpits up, and then as you're ready, begin to come into the pose. Good. Try to keep those hips forward as you extend the arms back, grabbing onto your ankles. Good. Push your hips forward. Make sure you're not squeezing your butt here. Keep the buttocks nice and relaxed. And then lift your chest. This is a big thoracic opener, big chest opener. Good. Slowly come out on the inhale and sit down. Good. You're going to go ahead and swing your legs in front of you now. Good. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Good. Take a big inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, crawl your hands forward for Paschimottanasana. So you can grab your ankles, you can grab the outer edges of your feet. Good. And draw your chest forward. Good. Take a couple of easy breaths here in Paschimottanasana. Counteracting the back bend that we just did. Good, one more breath. Exhale it all out. Good, and then inhale slowly, come all the way back up. And go ahead and lie down on the mat. Good, so it's always good to finish off your practice with a couple of twists. So go ahead and bend your knees in towards your chest. Extend the arms out to the side like airplane wings. And you're just going to go ahead and drop your knees over to the right or the left. If you're dropping your knees over to the left, you're looking at your right hand. Keep your shoulder down onto the mat. Don't let the opposite shoulder lift up. Good. On the next inhale, lift back up to center, and then over to the other side. So again, be mindful to just root that shoulder down. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Hug the knees into your chest. And then exhale, release the legs. Come into shavasana, stretch your legs straight. Take your feet hip distance or slightly wider apart. Just let the toes flop out to the side. Turn your palms to face up. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Close your eyes. If you have some time here today, spend at least 3 to 5 minutes in shavasana and just allow your body to rest at the end of your practice. It also helps to realign your body before you step off the mat. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. Namaste.